Kristo ne ho tɔn ne dia wada wada ɔtɔ me pono matamfo ni mbɛmra bi die ne da so wɔsɔ
I saw that you went
Jesus Christ, not good God, now he lead me on. When I there for grando, when I don't get home, now he gave me hope. Now what for this God? Now give the one blessing he give me so. I say this, oh God Jesus, now better God he be. Now he lead me on. When some put my career, when I don't get home, now he gave me hope. I give the one blessing he give.
yeah Tibia wuti mu bia wo kwade ama wo bemu nsuo beto ne nsuo ne ti a ewia bebo ntime nsu te wia se kura bepo gebusuafo beyi wa ma twedi amponsi ne ni wo ne mma so ma wa komentu osu a wusu arawu a wudie na wufe mu nyina eboro wo so ano wo hye pante ya wuni akoma ye nyankopon we hu mobro kese de ma ne mma wo Kristo ne ho tɔn ne dia wada wana wɔto me pono matamfo ni mbɛmra bi nie ne da so wɔsɔ me nsa ne mi twapo kɔkɔɔ we nyame kwan so sɛ sɛ nyame wɔda so te ase dia w'ani da hwan so tete botan wɔyɛ bi pɛn wɔda so gyina ne nan so ɛmfa w'ani nto wiase onyankopɔn ne te ase wodidi ne bɛhwe ase mpredi asa w'ani bɛgu ase nipa bɛserew na wonya hwekura na yɛ atwe wase ne nyinaa mu
for near the four, Mama Joma Makwa Baba Hope for Life Radio.
so hwɛ bebree bɛto so kae bebi a wofi no yɛkyerɛ wo dunsini bi
Uncle Paya Dom Ama Tuesday for Froso Ako, a pro asa between Bium. The Casa Seda and Enka on Uncle Pony Ding. So only a dinny ye, your share Konya Bay, Dika Mutna, aeroplane Mutna. omo omo business bibia na say the so tiasia na o say the radiase. Sometimes I dear pie and you take it for granted they are the gift of life. But God has been very faithful to us if we are alive by now. And himself bara bring na ne akoniaba wudi akonchira wo ye mpaibo a wo bo risk a wo taking in no ability to success. And there's definitely going to be a brighter day. Hi, ABRABO NSEM Moson for Barimaba Kodua na Martina Sie. And I'm going to train Komo. Sankomo way, I'm say a chedie, I wasn't Kaya Yabubo, so ye this Sankomo way that. If I assume you no be a and then your person you die and so you're done in term and it's any bear with me. Yet bit me diba so abra yen who you say yenye the other one.
Dear mother, sending to Yankopansi, Sikaya Penti, and
Because I na empempi no ye misinterpret and I interchange no.
I saw for the Yasa.
Your first one now be when say nye or your second one as well and when say nye.
Fire dear Nabu
Jenna dear me know the bedding common. I'm so experiences are war and Emma wa firma and need me can be a war some similarities and now when you encounter bino my until so unka.
Becca was said down, I have my papa. Ah, Sana Yamanya Kupondi out. And she ran over Kuma, then you will seek out. A Christopher say you never saw the Ayawa. A Bayanya Mifta, one Casabisha. There will be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day.
And you my dear no a better strong con. Now also bet me the wagin chair about 703 565 2360 703 565 2360. Wait my phone in. And I say, and that's why you kind of joining you on any of the social media platforms, especially Facebook and YouTuber. Yes, let's say now I hit subscribe and the like button. No, so the the content be bar ubiti me enya be ashe. I mean, sure, be when you press on ye did you mean? Ubiti me the wadrin chat about comment section. You be ready near my achieve phone, so I aware. The topic near overcoming timidity while staying humble. Sometimes now interchanging humility with timidity. As I we di nipa bebre nyapa. Everything I can't niema bebre ashe. Do better was ye di hon komo ho kwan a ye betime jai sa timid attitude no. Na ye do ye be stay humble, but we'll be very confident and be very, very good to be able to be assertive as possible. And there's some common na ye be di. Say also GD say timidity ne humility difference woman no matter unka. Because any be who can betimi overcoming that timidity no abra still yenye arrogant. And there's some common na ye between. Ti say ne da bia ye kan no frɛ wo nua no so frɛ ni nua. Say mo so mfo Barimaba Kodua atenase. Na ne topic no ɛbɛyɛ the mo be hwam. Because as I same way, ne kana ye kana you are okay because say oh open say will be a confrontation or be a say by a shemu pa obetima ye humble without being timid.
Eburo wo so anu o shepanti ya wuni akoma ye Nyankopon we hu mobro kese ya de man ma wo Kristo ne hu
Be na watching you no ntemi I'm saying intimi for dwumadie in buys.
de mitwapo kokon
Nema ebebubo ma dwumadie akodo ebe share ho ba ne nyina so hia nti na wo say ye di ne nyina.
so we ni ntu wiase wo Nyankopon ne ti ase
Mo a na mo hwe ni mo say the program be ba ama the sema mo fa enche yen.
ni nyina mu wo bu nkotodwa akase
Man do so ni nyina so hia nti wo say hwe ne ye ni nyina.
enso hwe bebre beto so kai bebi a wo fi no ya kire wo dunsidi bi fie na so wo dan wo chi no me bompa ye wo nsa
Here now be place you on. Are you humble or timid? I'm saying, bro, you may be able to read and know who baby. Who say be oh yet timid now who say humility. And now you are being humble, but people are mistaking it for being timid. Na be church ni nyina em. Ti say the be ya adwumadi ni be kama no, ma me so menya wo so input. One to take your sorrows all away. One to hold. Just on kokoma obi bia wa joining here. And on YouTube so obetime ama ye hu wa join share wo comment section nim and na Facebook so obetime ama ye hu na ya matie for so aso ate. There will be a brighter day. Brighter day. Brighter day. According to Brafo, mo for way hope and a brighter day. There will be a brighter day. Brighter day. Brighter day. When I'm can I say, when you're not there, when one in Remu, and then go strand a band that was mienu, which never come in Mupuni boom, Penny Jeff Piano, Sika Pentina Wusi, you piano pay a sieno, Via Japadia, what that's an inti Yanko Pansi, Sika Pentiana, Christo Pokwan Yanto Bassi, was a Yanko Pon, yes, and Chanena Mentawasi, Bunya Fons and Chanena Sabodasotias. As of for the Yasa Fediane Hasorima, one Tokana Wednesday, Diana said, will be ante Wonka. She has a Yasima will buy a dear Nago Banakra. Nya what is came so we hear your phone will buy. Nya ya dear Yanko Panka Wanka and Yawaya. Would that funny say in favor of what Yasha will buy? We share the school reminded the other sounds upon a hoka. Now when Yabakacha was the Dawa have me papa. Ah, Sana Yamanyan Kupondiao. In Shirana Wakuma, then you will seek out. A Christopher say you never saw near your wife. Ebe yenya mefe wonu ankasa be hia there will be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Onamikuwa onsensi for brako. There will be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Onamikuwa onsensi for brako. Meaning say bright any pan there. Any fan there, yes, yeah, to see any money or how we are con dear. Silent here, like I said, why you cool? Me so funny out of four, I'm say a brand as soon. Na asana, yeah, be regiment yen, said the medical there are they say. So I say and so, ama yenina, ya so, etiase, ya won't qua, moja ADMO efusani. He said, Udi afia, na just say, Yankupon, what never did ye. Because the dark cry no, easy. Nema P na, and then since Rima Ekoba, Yankupon, we are more bonus every Tuesday, Timishia Dinkoma. Na was here, they said the PCA, and no, Emma Erade. The Diho, Obibia, Onya time, any Digumano so, yet that more, more as then the topic, said ye can overcoming timidity while staying humble. Now, answer na ye be about the strategies to overcome that and still stay humble. Ye be bisa say, what is timidity or what is humility? And ti di kind ye be di kind timidity. Timidity na ni tree ye bom ye. And I say obi a ye chebo. It is kind of body. Just say ultimately say nipa no ono a opusu na empusu bia na wase wa moa ne ho no mpe ne ho asem mo mpese obeti obi na so mpese obekasa be ho obi ho a o de sere na kata sa de ne so ye ya na wasre then me a mi no microphone dodo na ye wasa su no na toda ya na hadwen pii because unhu de ekọ unhu de eba anse nipa no bibi ha no onka na fere ni esuro se bi obi be kan ani mo ni obi be nya kasakasa bi ti da bia na looking like very very timid and very bad to me who put you in that state blockade so many things braya kuyenim no the bible bobi so the timidity excessive shyness we are the noting say enye fere mroso bi enti e kan shema de bia omwane ho onye se obe open ne ho up to people and a fear of speaking up ti bibi ha no bibi hye ne so ade bi koso na ompa ontimi express ne ho onye aseri ontimi nka na adwen da bia bibi hye ne so. And another way so we have because or yet timid no person avoid the confrontation. See, obi one person be confrontational. So be come be hey we are there no saying I say yeah glamorize it timidity to the extent say a dear nyapa lower confidence amount low self-esteem so cut down to ni obi a shiana put up that attitude that on say a big red flag. Ebi so awo ne pa bebre wo mu se dwumom kra na wo a ya wo na wo kun ho ye dwuma ye niema e wo se nka saa di tim eni ho a ebie kwan ma wo nya promotion drew level bi, but instead of this particular trait no and a hu ne low self esteem ni the fear of speaking up, maybe include the fear of judgment. Say ne me ko kana me ko tie obi na so na me pese me ni obi benya sam ni ade no etimi ma saadi we e kan wo share e wa kwani asa bebre so na about humility humility a positive attribute mostly among for because we are humble if you move to say a sign of weakness, which is never true. According to C.S. Lewis, I'll say humility is not thinking less of yourself but thinking of yourself less. And to what the arrogance will show the strength and the weaknesses in you and in the thing bibi a wo pursue and now without being arrogant. And humility in itself is a positive attribute because you are very grounded with a self view without superiority or inferiority, which is very important. Tienye se o sebi ukotinatna nkrofo so akokase tia nkrofo. Ti ebia for example, yeah, we were jumem obi ka bibi. I say, oh, okay, adia okay, true. I have this experience, I have that. And no bet my basel present case need you win in a nice way, which can be in a very humble way. Obviously, wait me I can say, oh, yeah, oh, the all kind of yenu kre unim say, I know you know what the some level of arrogance. Tebasa you that aspect of humility no, in you. And adia oya ni here kakra ne say ubehu ebra ubetimi aputi these two things together. No people said dear kra ne here say was ye this uncle boy. Why this matters? A dear ne here. Say you share even personal growth and because no pan in kind in terms of relationship. So be a very humble. Utimini ni delay. Don't only need delay. Who say nya issues. Be or ye bibi na enye ne kwan so a ogitum or admit say ade we de entwa yi ana wo ka bibi no hu say de wo ka ne true ebeboa anamo amutu na obe second de wo ka no on still on holding on to the or because obi the idea of me being right the say baby be say the yeni the beba it must come from me. So far as it's not coming from me, whether even a good may try say may argue na may me gentle and then sad no a hard drink and it gives self assurance because so many will be dealing who say oh yes I know this meaning my strength meaning weakness to me admit where it doesn't mean I'm weak but it means I'm being real, I'm being factual. And say nipa no so jitum ehun ne sa no me too and I'm more I don't see why this is not a win. It'll be a win for both any sa nipa na on any two and more. And at the end we say here about career impact. What do you imagine? Say say unya leadership role here. It requires confidence. And sometimes, I think that at the right time, you've been looking into that. The difference between confidence and arrogance. Because people sometimes interchange it. So when say, oh, you're confident. Now, at the end of the day, appear to be arrogant, which is another big issue. The back career side is very, very important to always have this humility part. I own yet timid because we are timid a big impact you negatively. You wouldn't want to do that. And about mental health, so if to me overcome self doubt because I did back cry my yet timid, because I didn't know through so or can one genie hundi because they all can on himself will be better doubted because on one doubting him. It is all can. There's no way will be better say, oh, I did a mini no credit. And nobody knows it all. Like we always say here, every story counts. Then you say 1 + 2 is 3. Sounds on 2 + 1 is 3. 3 + 0 is 3. And you'll be crowd to be the far minus side, because the 6 - 3 so you 3. See, there are so many ways to dealing with something. Tienye me we pena me gidi se me nim and no pena ye jumana. That is it. No. That's why sometimes we are very open-minded about me calling. Now, I'll be open-minded, there should be an element of humility. Oh, you're timid. In the first place, you will not even put your opinions across. And I mean, your typical Ghanaian culture and attitude, we are very outspoken, we are assertive, we are attack. Because be can be big crowd, wadrin chre, be big cano, you better argue say, would you be beer, would be bika, and now train say mu, and now we say, you be mouth a whole lot of tax. And when you be a unim the walk cana, one here it will just push you aside and Emma will encour you. Now, the timidity no eba. The decay upbringing. So they can say be a more related to culture. We are cultural training. Yeah, empower for they shouldn't be so I said that they shouldn't be aggressive, they be lay back, lay low. Am I challenge BBA? And one big cause here upbringing. If you're overly strict or protective parenting, it may lead it to way. Because bass or shiny soupy tinipa no one on Philip Frimpo said obitimi akan bibi. Akola ni di hu ni suru na de a levy. And our parent be or hatch say, "Ni buy bibia no protecting no." Sakola ni di fo di bem. Oh yeah. Abasa de bia akola ni feel say, "Se me ye de enyem po a obi begina mechi." Utanye ya sakola ni ba begina be ye timid. Obeka say, "Adena me bana ye sa de no nkasa." But now ref say training here bringing out the man. It's not the right thing. Because so parents have to be very, very careful when raising kids in order not to be overly strict. Shakolani swama on many chances on one cry and reasoning and try name the beer them other parents, father, omone chusumano, the beer say sometimes let them build their confidence, let them try stuff. Momunya niema and no bit may this timid attitude no every hope. And yes, ebeha are doing the pray. Nti ya bobo enema ni bi so ebra yegu so kono ye de aka ni na beto aso.
And yet the nights will be dry. Hold on to your faith. There will be a brighter day. Brighter day. Brighter day. On the Kuma, on Zesty for breakfast. There will be a brighter day. Brighter day. Brighter day. On the Kuma.
Yes, yeah, toward you so. Yeah, share some of the causes of timidity. The first one I kind upbringing. Second one, your fear of failure. Obi oha osuru say anamo bi a wotu no obi failing. And that leads to perfectionism. Suddenly a perfect. And while we this perfectionism, it will lead you to self-doubt. Ti unhu se bibi anko ye changes kakra bi ba ne ade a onjintum, which is bad because ohem mpempi no enema bi a usuro say me ye we a ebe me faili me ye we a enye ye me ye we a enko ye enti say enema we ba na me ye bibia untu anamonda because failure is part of the learning. And almost I feel failure away chewa. You be very timid and over be perfect. And no, because to some extent there were some good stuff, but negative ones near more. And utranya ya bekawa shama wabe very timid, which we don't want anybody to be in that situation. Another thing, negative past experiences, obi oha childhood trauma be from criticism and now bullying. Obi o environment be a say wunye bibi kra mu bi nhye hu kran da. Bibia ye be criticize. And now criticism kran ye constructive. Bibia we ye na say ye can I che. The way our energy omo de be can criticize no. Get this energy na encourage you and now my ideas are betimi dia ye de we ye better. KBN enka wonche. So I think this has to also do with the upbringing. You are otiatia ne baby bia ne baby bia kwala ne baby bia no or criticize it. And I when you say and I when him say now sani man no nyina lead to timidity. That fe dey na kwala ne be nyine no aye bom no aye botti because ye hunahuna na guna bema kan sama hyene so ama onye willing onye okay mpo so obekire na adwen onye okay mpo se bibi ha na obeka share bibi deeply ti sanko fu chanye ya ni ma bi se be share ne so afa de obenyin still no because of those negative experiences nti baba be timid. And another thing is social conditioning, so the kind of cultural or gender norms that discourage assertiveness. Ti baby o ha wo kire wadwen hey panin kasa semasa ti sebi de panin ne kanimpo atochima kakra kola bitima kire na adwen no, you don't have the right, you don't have the moral right, and there's a panin default. So these are social conditioning. Ti panin default that said the panin ye nya akola ni hu kwan so oka bi akola ni hu kwan se obema ideas obe propose solutions ebeboa nye the panin ni for panin kasa ne nso asa be say sa na te say ye kwa tak ubenyini no you feel like oh unya ndu nti oni panin fo hia adwen wo trimu say ade we beboa de ye asema ye ken se ne mehuni gidi si esu me beboa nka because me can be criticize me, you be bully me. Cause your culture ni your norms ne ma kwan. E ma me nkyere ma adwen. Cause me ko kyere ma adwen sisia na ye say me ko dwa to asa ma ye me ko yi ma no baby. And no basa emwa. So you can still be very humble, obetima kyere wadwen in a humble way without being disrespectful. But you know, some of our people will not accept or admit say be ebi ampanifo ahia na kola kra wo ma laudable opinion bi mo enye oye nyina bi ho beka say yes the kola ne kano no, let's pay attention to that. So these are some of the causes of timidity, and mostly you who say struggle with self-confidence. They have these early experiences of harsh criticism, whether perfectionism, whether a negative past experience, or the cultural setting. It immediately will be to this particular timid attitude. No, and if you are crying unconscious, you do it without knowing. They usually will be too quiet. Na or be over now say we are crying ye nya kwentu, but places of fire any leadership roles be onya you know. It to me exposing no to so you're free think or to make sure na adwen or you're very assertive bibi ni or to me am also hu 2 cents near there eboa no, but majority I'm saying no I table oh we dey on penny ho asem akola dey or you say na mistake I no me afa say obre ne ho ase me wan ho brase said e kan it doesn't mean you can't speak up, it doesn't mean you want to avoid confrontation. It doesn't mean you are excessively shy. So you can still be assertive and still be humble. And just say you have to be timid. Because a basa, it wouldn't help. And anyone will be very affect your life. I think say and also a mixed opportunity, said a kind of job promotion. Any obesha hobe jumani yina, by a bit piano yina bro. But because of your timid nature, no, you'll never be promoted. Yeah, you can do all the work. Manager ni adimu yina ni. Say juma according yina on away. About relationships are people will take you for granted. People will use you instead of to love you or to work with you. And unya leadership role because of that timidity attitude. No. And what a canny passion about human, about relationship, about leadership positions. And it increases stress and social anxiety. Maybe you feel like you are not enough. Because Adebia will be here, they may kind of cry me through, me doubt me home, because they may kind of any obi be kako. And yes, so be fast check well, what's wrong with that? You can't know everything until they walk and tessa. It gives you even the chance to learn the right thing. But usually, ana ye masa e hunu a boy too much. Why ma ye nkoye until ye try. To say ye near my timidity eba. And I who say humility is a good attribute and a good trait because confidence with self-awareness, valuing others while knowing your worth. Until you said the nipa can win him to where you mama. Please don't be timid. A bit more mature or career, a bit more mature relationship or self-expression. And you can be confident yet humble and be able to open a lot of doors for you. And by the time you realize, they will say, oh, it's good. And it can even help you build and keep relationships strong and stronger. Because when you'll be delay on him, say, they are making in their maker. And most people too are scared. They don't want to be judged. But they are make okay, I'll be rejected. It is a meka, misro rejection, misro judgment, misro failure. Make a man want to, I'm a mwame who. It is any, oh, and me just a mean campuna menyasem. And these are some of the things that ye di hon komo. And another thing, sometimes you ignore some experiences shutting it down. Usa kulabi sha ubi okra or ye assertive or ye ultimately articulative very well. Or status or kasa. Come on, tum. Now pe kasa dodo. Ope questions. Now pe see. Ti omo be shutting it down. This akwara na ntima pekere ho up ana ya encouraging na mana ma. No the sad didn't even because anytime your person train again, obenya that issue, which is not the best. So please, yeah, the him said yeah mame yeah fire. Ye nuanom obia etie. Ti akwenya ho na wo tete nkola na on microphone etia. Instead of maybe say wo kan ma share and chese won correct no atenetene no e wo se ne also hwe na en man nkoye timid uncle shutting it down and by a culture name your societal family influence now let's raise to stay quiet and not brag there be that kwanu tum na kwanu tum start to say oh kasakra when you but those are some of the things that are very very bad. But humility is not thinking you are unwealthy, a misconception. Humility is a very good value, but timidity and your virtue. It is a bomb and now you're tiboa. It's never a virtue. So it's often self-doubt disguised as modesty. You'll be all doubting it when you be na no cry and can be. And I say, oh, you say, now you this guy saying, oh, where the other D. Saying, is he kind of no. Different from the introvert and the extroversions, no. Or the DNA interest, yes, be obi meow, idea how, baby shall also, untimin control, yeah. And a bit may lead to anxiety, depression now, which we don't want that to happen to anybody. You should be to say, Michelle Obama. Also, or you're very poised, very confident, but or you're very humble, deeply humble. And you won't muswa or be to say Ken Reeves, respected for his quiet confidence, humility. To be a leader, crana or portray sadina. Good. Don't say where the old lady nipa, but ubunipa brand wansi. And yes, I be oma omutieti ankrofoso. The nyani money now. And the genuine question I ask will be so when I say, am I being humble or am I afraid to step up? Yeah, I say, ahobrasiye na me wo. And I say, me suru, say me kasa because of rejection, because of judgment, because of maybe people's opinion, or because of fear. So, ubisa who's our question we are. I'm saying answer now, be mano, and a better say, you are being timid or you are being humble? And he says, "I about strategies. I bet my boy, my overcome this timidity attitude without being without being arrogant or while being humble." The first thing, your mind shift search. The mindset shift. So, okay, say the way you're programming, say the kind of social conditioning. No, I did be over you wouldn't even know. So the heredity, saying slavery, be seen and not to be heard. Ideology never right muma. And no, yeah, we are liberated, but some people still feel like now they are we are enslaved. So to be able to overcome that timid attitude, no, you need to have a mindset shift. Which must be someone who said, yes, I'm capable. To mean so some doubting me. Now, because sometimes you are busy doubting yourself, but we a big inspiration to be so. Things that's over try be kakra over ye dia ko anim no da bia na obu hu abomfia da bia hu say oh dear like oh so you are not enough or you are not worth anything. Da bia you undermine yourself, look down on yourself, and that inferiority complex, low self-esteem, renew lifestyle. You see people do stuff and you're like, hey, child, I way I can do it. Oh, I didn't commit my you. I didn't now so you are not you think you're not capable. So the one of the way to overcome it is to see yourself as capable. And this requires a mindset shift. And it's not just about like getting up one day and say, oh, I'm doing this. You have to back this by action. So rewire your thinking. Send your old dream who say, oh, that's why we're having such conversation. To whom say me sure and person me obi now so and person will confront me. I don't want to be rejected. Maybe I don't want people to see that me I feel you ha and person be judge me. Now you have to start thinking about some of these things. Okay, if I fail, what is the failure teaching me? What lessons am I getting here? How do I do better? So, best then the next time, me yes, I mistake we make me move from this to that. Yes, or Jimmy, we are. Where can I get to? My camera dream, at least my really because I ain't share me so my mean be dream home, my mean be here and feel it depressed about the past and now going forward, maybe feel anxious. So some of these things are very key to deciding to know, especially even speaking up. Yeah, you are capable. So you'll be a more human being than you. You are equally a human being. So the moja nam ni pemu de biya na sana also be now mumu. So instead of seeing something better, even say, oh, they are superhumans, they are better than us. It's all as a result of some of these things I hear about timidity. Bimu who say a virtue, which is a big lie, it's never a virtue. Unlike humility. So that is one of the ways to overcome that. And then try to failure as a tool. That's why it's always good to know and to learn some of these things so that you can fail fast. Because also now your mistakes more. Also now so delay to build a tough skin kakra. Who say weak. Who say there be a there's a chance for you to go forward. Uswa na uye mistakes are oh agwede so ya kula so uswa. So those who are coming up, let them take advantage of this particular period of to do all the mistakes to learn. Because we now make certain mistakes are very costly. Pound, because when we are what we be brave to mistake be a cost still more. Be a didi more make the akukwa the akura warrium. And there may be a concept be where o mindset no cry wunya hu say na this timidity ne mwa ade we mwa tie o se mitimi jam na mitimi come anima a hard dream I mean who failure so failure a part rejection sometimes yes you have to face multiple rejections but they say o pay juma bo we school be your applications bad ye wo be obe start a business e be failing but nyame ye wadom e be picking a bumia that becomes a story obi tie be shedding crying. So let's start to reframe failure as a feedback. Yes, oh my failing team. That's it. That is the end of the road. TBBSC. And another thing, when you're not falling under the mindset shifts, another thing here, own your strength without guilt. Adibi wow you say adiwe die I'm good at it. Ugusu shia better no. Send me obia want to strengthening the weaknesses as we are humans. That's why it's good to work with people, to work with teams, so that we might tap into obia strength. Nama obia weakness no obi be complement, be supplementing na modia building yema together. So don't just limit yourself. Know your strength. Position yourself well. And banina beba back to seeing yourself as capable. Because we need more worth, we need more value, we need more purpose. If you are talking, you know what you're talking about. You are not doubting constantly, seriously, constantly doubting yourself because you think you don't know anything. And we should shift from what if I fail to what if I succeed. Oh, na yeah. Now, what if a year? So if you start thinking that way, it helps. I say, oh, okay, let me give it a try. At least me failure. Another time, I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from an experience. Now, me who say me ye we anko ye a failure. To me, anko ye biem. And one good way, think growth, not perfection. We want to be perfect before we start anything. We want to be perfect. We want everything to be intact before we do something. We are that type. I think that leads to perfectionism. We will never do anything. Think of growth. Start. You make mistakes. See them as part of the learning, part of the process. As you keep going, and they might fall in place. You will learn. You gain experience. You build confidence. You keep going. See, for example, if a public speaker or be a public speaker or starting a journey, yep, I'll be stumble with some time, but with time, we'll be improve with practice. And America can wire renowned, we'll be expert and we're training people. So the only name say to me yet no, me mafia and can shit. Start doing it. Yeah, what you call try your best in a year. Some will not go well, but they are all important because yeah, there wouldn't be any lessons. So, it gives you the chance to reflect and know why this thing failed and how I can do it better. And a very important say, yeah, be share no, not the no, yeah, limit here. Another way to overcome timidity while still staying humble, communication techniques. How to speak with confidence. Sometimes your tone, your choice of words, your language. Instead of I think, maybe, I think, I think no. And maybe you heard also do. But I need really I think it also feel it's like you don't really know what you're saying. She said, "Oh, name suggest, yeah." So instead of just saying "I think," and say, "Okay, I suggest we." A suggestion now doesn't guarantee a positive or whatever outcome. But what suggest you here? Oh, I think we could. I suggest we. So language, choice of words, grab it to me. I make a big difference. And instead of over apologizing, I didn't even say I can't want them. To over apologize here, this I say, is it worth it? To change the language. Sorry to bother you. Do you have a moment? Sorry I kept you waiting. Oh, thanks for your patience. So your language is a bit more bois. And I walk kasa. Sometimes you so kasa ten, especially ferina hormones me. Adrenaline in rise, yeah, Charlie. But all person kasa ten now try so fast now. But if you avoid rushing, talk. Your mouth chance kasa. But I always say talk when you have something to say, not just you have to say something. They're just talking to while away the time. Because yes, you on casa because obiye casa. No, that's not what I mean. But if you have a valid point, please, you have to talk and use pauses if you need to. Don't rush. Then you say casa gigi intentem. Yep. And use I to show ownership. Sometimes I know who are some leadership stuff. A bit more boy with promotional team partner, but then we here with team. So talk about this. So I believe this approach will work. So versus this might be okay. If you want to say first partner may carry more weight. Come say idea we be ye juma. Ye na nye juma. Who is going to kill you because it didn't work? And I think the Apple made a story be about Apple projects, need products or more yeah a failure. They have dedicated a whole segment or more for that failed projects. No? I believe Microsoft has something like that too. And for the first time, a failing. And don't let that alone shut you or put you down. One way to overcome timidity while staying humble is about your actions and habits. So you have to become confident through practice. Say one thing in every meeting or social setting. Takwenya ba can be bako gradually. Because you don't really overcome this in a day. It was how you have to start from somewhere. It will start from somewhere. To gradually can be bako. You can ask a question. And so practice small risks daily. Like ask questions, introduce yourself first. When you be Kasai, hello, I'm Simon, I'm this, I'm that. Say, give compliment. Try so be engage you be. And surround yourself with confident but humble people. The only group on your so a factor. Because only group on timid. Omunina suradi, omunina feriadi, omunina it's so much trauma dream because of judgment, because of rejection, because of fear of failure and the other stuff. You end up becoming one. So if you want to overcome this, surround yourself with confident people. If you have to break your circle, because all a circle now you are not in a circle, you're actually in a cage. So come out of that cage, get to mingle with confident people, but humble, and join speaking platforms like Toastmaster or go to networking events. And there are tools on Clubhouse. People join, talk, share ideas, talk about topics and stuff, which really help. And you can as well keep a confidence journal. Track moments where you spoke. To be big akraba now, oh yeah. Yeah, take pride in it. My whole part say, my idea gradually. And with time you overcome it. After you join here, a high hope for life radio. Moson for Barimaba Kodua na Matna say. Yeah, to komo. then komono ye can how to overcome timidity while staying humble. Sometimes timidity bomb yeni tibo yeni bote yen a hard drain a can ye ma do a kele dreams, a kele aspirations, a kele promotion, careers, relationships near the brave. And why my enquiring and home common yeah to change. Yeah, define timidity and humility, who the difference, who the timidity eba. And as I say, I strategies and our ways to overcome that while staying humble. Yeah, bobo be from the mindset part no. Yeah, share no. Yeah, share about communication strategies. Beboy, yeah, say who about being confident through daily habits and actions. And also not yeah do. Auntie, after no I join, which means how the wagon chair Abba with my friend 703 565 2360 703 565 2360. With me the wagon chair Abba. And I'm also about joining in social media platforms soon no Facebook ne YouTube ya kase Yankopon and Shamu. Yeah, they are said that strong con ebema yeah proud sponsor yeah Obapa Ventures. Obapa Ventures ewo enyama papa yeah the programs bia 2% year program bia but you bet my contact no open authentic drinks obenye bia ma open dresses and the papa pan obet me dey do juma look no further contact your Obapa Ventures obenye bia ma open beats open sandals open kente just say ade di juma bia ye misrew who US handing important dia Obapa Ventures na wo say ofre no obetuma frɛ yɛ CEO Babra Aduchum ɛwɔ 5712788663 5712788663 ofre na obetumi ahwɛ kama na de ohia bia no or the ABRABO or within US or she pay out of state into contacting na obetumi anywhere di kama and about social media platforms so Facebook of search Obapa Ventures obehu no ne niema otoni bi ni ade nyina no obehu e won the page Instagram so Obapa for real and also obehu no na TikTok Obapa mame usua and also betima contacting no in case of person sending email so obetima sending email e babraaduchum@gmail.com babraaduchum@gmail.com Mr. friend no ma oniema kama oniema kama
And yet the nights through the dry, hold on to your faith. There will be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. On the Kuma, on Jesse for black hole. There will be a
Nyamenkunwa otiasefo ye pa etiada na wa wukum sunsun komo ho
brighter day. On the Kuma.
re wa dwen kasa bibi ni a kire ma obi hu say yes so ye nipa sabi so hu hia
Ujina makume mupuni bom fe ni jefe bieno sika
mani e ma bi nka won hye ma environment ni suban bi nsesan o mindset no manya growth mindset and on kwa betimi kra propel you to a next level
bonia for nsenchene ne se boda so tiase asofo
support program ni nyina Nyankopon enhyamu
na se wo bi ante wonka chese wiase mu a wo ba ye de na wo ba na kwa
emi amini aba je wa okode bia wo bia Nyankopon enhyamu
wanka enya wo ya wo de fa ne se
ninu ya papino bia wo bia sedasronko na enkoma
oka na wenya beka che wo se da wa ha me papa
Akenzi, I see you. God richly bless you.
na wakoma na nya wo sika e Christopher so ye ni person ya ye wa ebe ye nya me fe wo no ankasa be hia o papa de be pop
brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. On the Kuma, on Jesse for black hole. There will be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. On the Kuma, on Jesse for black hole.
minim se
Rikus, baby, I will be one who can through the entire from a command. Shall say 5. Mimi Abakupa or New Jersey. Me my big shout out, baby, I will be God richly bless you. Said there be our tie chipampe. Said that's from corner and command. say minia de bia hold it down obapa mami tabu a me okani ota machi pampe a de bi o hye me kutupa mami timide ensem nwu ohwam ne nkomo say yetimi ba no and also enchia sonkon ekoma no me nkan jai bostic minia bostic so de bia o promote program yi on platform bia obenya so yankopon enshow say de bia also support yen gidi 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 Kwame Musa baby a will be a Yakupon and shall you say Kimoda Ghana Minia Yakupon and shall just say 5 well elaborated. Keep it up, Minia. God bless you. Eriko Poku so share. If you do man so joining Nyankopɔn nhyira wo sɛ also wohwɛ dwumadie na wotaa yɛ akyi obi a wonya brɛ support yɛ biara God richly bless you moka ho because program no yɛnko a yɛntimi nyɛ nti na da biara hia mo no mea me boss Michael Aduchum DJ Mike aseda sonko na nkɔma wo na me nka ngya me nua Asante baabi a wo biara no Nyankopɔn nhyira wo ɔdo so dwuma pa a wo so wodi no to aso emaye Jordan mete won ka che Ebenezer bia o hye bia Yakopon inshaw me papa me touch base Kwame mini Kwame ansamba for so bia wo bia Kwame na Batels kankani mete won ka che say na me try na ma connect na Gomez also bia wo bia Yakopon inshaw adofo ye da mo nyina mo ase se da bia motajumedie ye chi ama yetimi ekoye nim abrano ne abrano because monka ho a yenko ayentimi endi juma no mo amaka mo joining nyina semantimi ambo din amhro na odi achemi abra program ne koso no mini aba Esther so sa baby a wo bia yankopon ensure de bia o tie chi na menka nja comfort free year burger senior burger me chia baby a wo bia yankopon ensure gidi gidi and mini amwa console amwa kwata apostle God richly bless you for always supporting us and more maka ni adofo bia oboama program yikoso bia yankopon ensure mu pa
Sorry, no, dear, Babanama, Wabamu, Dina Pindina Mawakuman, dear, what did you want to Nani, I'm so adding in a Dipuano.
a rapper program no I'm saying strategies to overcome and now how to overcome no ya can be na ya de kakra bi so so na ya de dwumadie no abawie ye am saka be 6 minutes na about 8 p.m. Eastern time and I just say Ghana so about 11 p.m. GMT mo amunya abrehwe ye nyina Yakopon en koso enham dear to aso ebetimi so aboa ma watimi have overcome timidity while staying humble. You're giving credit where it's due. Confidence isn't about taking people's credit. Ebi wɔ hɔ a ne ɔmo na ɛwɔ adwuma mu, ɔne ɔmo na ɛwɔ ekuo bi mu, ɔne ɔmo na ɛyɛ biribi. Kyɛ sɛ credit bɛba paa yɛbɛka sɛ, awo asom asi ɔbɛnten na ɛyɛ wei na ɛde adwene wei ba maa de dabi. Na kyɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ biribiara yɛ wɔ no, biribiara yɛ wɔ no. Nti ɛnyɛ ɔno deɛ a adekorɔ no ɛnsi. Which is very bad. A basa, it doesn't really shows the leadership aspect of you. So it's always better when you have that zeal to give credit to people who the credit are due to, and yet to say who full big credit. So please give it where it's due. Yeah, here will be to say start Chaya Nadella, Microsoft CEO. They'll be your president team, and that's what every good leader does. On J credit money, because yes, on a lady, but en crofo ne ye jumana kasa be o shechiri ti leader be o be J credit ni without giving credit to whom credit is due. So one way and so on. And we should listen more than we speak, and we should listen to understand, not listen to just reply. Say giddy 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 na say you say or just say the all can na what ten so where we no so de aba On tries to be raising into the whole canon. What you are simple not just say what you mean adjin can be a fadi kind, which is also bad. And we should ask for feedback regularly because I know Timmy Buama will grow. That's why the BI can say Jumadi aye di ujidi se bibi I employee and now so say the name maybe be real beboa. Obetima me aye aware ye behwe na say ye ne sa na beboa ye be ye ne sa. So feedback is very, very important. She said, even cry went man joining life. Now later, when you kwenya share video, you know who say, oh, when you bit my way say, you bit my way say, a bit boa, you be so near ye, said a bear, a bit my quayin. Celebrate wins, but stay cautious. Obi o ha say, oh ya di bi cry na, o dinkunima, or person ya bear $1 billion, and son and niaji. Maybe a small milestones to be achieve or be parts in the home say, oh, I do way good. A bit man boameno. Eh, but the where they stay cautious. And yes, I said, be oh, call ye flashing near mama, I could draw unnecessary attention and minus work of a problem. Bro. And practice gratitude. Let's put up an attitude of gratitude. Or be a dear ma so. Because there be a tesa wedding be. Who there be a lane. Who said the one now that you are still working. While you are praying for what you want, be happy for what you have. To be sunya bibia, just appreciate it. Be grateful. At least we need to won't and then also chair again now. Because who are more than when it does. I don't think say bibia bit me boost any panel. And another thing, I'm say be a time in tia 2 minutes. You better na wrap it up. And you be some question. So only mobile or yet me which must share how to break out of that role. So also what go through BB sad and never overcome ya which must share a story. Which mama ye comment section ho. Be out dealing with overconfident or the messy people. Obi oh yeah or obi cry we a senior channel but the confidence or the kasani adeno be my intimidate you feel say hey say and say but those are real world challenges or you do be bad because oh yeah tebo ne bomb ne botinti because be bad ne china ya be kasani way through ana arise it. And idea yeah say communication sells more than implementation to be see aye jumani na bo ma company na succeed by em promote that utanye ya pay rise in because you are timid, not because you are humble, because you are timid. So please let's do our best to overcome that. To try your best. Yeah, handling how to handle criticisms without losing confidence. We be na say obi who said no we can do it better no can. Please fa kuma paje ne hu kwan a obetimi so because I say 40% of people fear criticism more than failure. So be ya ma obi aka say minia ye adwumadi a wudi nye say no ene won nye kra basa hard ti memma no may stumbling block mount. And another thing obi to say great leaders obi to say Nelson Mandela, fantastic leader, but then humility level here down to earth. But look at how he was able to make a difference. And this goes back to what C.S. Lewis said. True humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Then you say yes, thinking more. But you are thinking less. It's not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. So give people the chance. We say yes, we are nipa. If you make a mistake, admit it, learn from those mistakes, be better. Or better say Warren Buffett, self-assured but always willing to learn. And found when in sika when you're there, the beer who say or canning someone who say yes, or you're open to learn. See, please don't box yourself. Open yourself up. Talk to people, work with people, learn from people. You don't know it all. We are saying you'll be in BPR forever. We are there, you'll be in BPR. See, Brown Huase, Nakwenya Ohasha, dear free and conform. Obiti says Serena Williams, fantastic, confident but grounded. Yes, sebi otietia nkrofo so ebubu nkrofo animtia anyhow. And Timpacho me be so. When was the time you held back due to timidity? Ebrebe na ogidi say, ade we de na was nka me can be fa home. Ade anamo we de na was nka me to investment we de na was nka me ye. Problem we na was nka me solve. But because of timidity in timanye, wa Mr. Pisa ho sa question no. Na answer na obema no, ebetima boa mu wahu how you position yourself for the next future. And how can you take one confident step this week? Now what you be saying say why would you say and maybe can't share because of a home, because of rejection, because of fear, because of judgment. Now I said maybe as in the past ne hold you up. So I said the end meeting my year bit my taking one confident step this very week, a bit my changing my life. Now see me just say it me yes sad no. Now every week you one confident step take here gradually a bit building a time will come we'll be very okay. We'll be able to share our opinions without judgment, without apology. See, sometimes yeah, we apologize to be brave, no, obejai, wait much a waging, abra, opese, oche waging. Tahana brebe my pioneer day and edge no SC. Messia near my P, Nigidi say also Western near my P. But I said, yeah, can addition in ye ha conversation, no, my own twasu comment section, my own experience. This week, both step now confidence step I'll be taking, no, my you. And let's be sincere. We give this a BB hold you back due to timidity. Mr. And also bet me a comment section. Say the bear that said, you bet my coso. Timidity is not humility. Own your value. Mr. Practice, practice, practice. There's a practice makes perfect. O practice here, kakra, and ebefa, ebe. But one practicing, say, yes, you can be confident without being arrogant. And me so me ma timidity endi unya ebe bie kwan bebre ama wo abrabom dwumam your relationships him sorry bebia utimi yesade na ebeboa. Confidence is not silent. Insecurities are loud. Boa unse niema kika hye no eno ya na very loud, but confidence is silent. Timi so that's ene ebe say share bi edin ye Barimaba Kodua and he is showing how to overcome timidity while staying humble. Nti yebehia Nyankopon emmoa yen on fire mbra onhwe ye so na wotwe di yanimu aye homa asem onhwe ye ne ye fie so ntutu ya namon sisi baabi yie onhwe ye nnwuma ye sika sem ye busua ye ma ye bibia ye bia na ye se no homa ye kwatenten homa ye ndi ye nkwa na emmen osefo no enti na aba betwa so on call some crying on the current taban so menim say na wotwi ye be nhyira ye be confident. Timidity sudden nyina ne honhom ne ade nyina ye be dwede de nyina wo Yesu dim na de no so nim say de hia ba kokra pa say ye be bompaye say nyame be bompaye ni bia ye ntu anamo ye apply strategies na ye di ho nkomo bi na Nyankopon emmoaye na ye ntimi enje ye ho emfiri bombom yem ene bote de tebo yem na yentimi engrow yentimi nkoye ni se de be butaya Nyankopon de dua ye musa yemfa mo awiase no yentimi de aboa nyame hyaw se wonya bre etie me da se ne ye be se hia bio. God bless you. Anyimu isi no antimi nka akram. Bye bye.
Kana sɛm sɛ wɔyɛ nadeɛ wɔ no anemmerɛ mu ɛda ne ngosua no bɛba no ɛtoa so mmienu wo gyina bɛko